that this will definitely result in more fish deliveries, and more fish deliveries is more economic gains for the territory.
Tell us what happens when you say China and other people steal your fish. In other words, you're forced to go to areas that are very dangerous.
Well, because of the monuments and overlays of sanctuaries, our fishermen mostly fish on the high seas. And if you look at Global Watch, you will see China, Japan, Korea, and Taiwan all fishing on our very edge of the 200-mile zone. So our fishing, we're in competition with them. And also, you know, their dumping of their fish on U.S. markets lowers the price for our fishermen. And that's another difficult thing that we hope you'll take care of too.
And what about the stealing of your fish?
Well, you're competing with tuna in a very competitive market, right? So they're camped right outside, like you said, they're camped right outside our EEZ.
And what happens?
And they're taking our fish because it's migratory. Tuna is migratory.
Because we can't fish in our zone. The fish goes to whoever.
And they come in. They come in the dead of night. Most
They come in, they take the fish.
That's a common, well-documented problem.
Does anybody, I mean, it's so interesting. Even you have to find this one interesting.
Yes.
So by doing this, we're going to give you back your lives. And you've been doing this for thousands of years in this area. And
Absolutely.
along comes Biden and Obama, and they say you can't do it anymore, right?
This is fish baby fish.
Yeah. So
That's right.
what's the level of and this is a risky question, but what's the level of popularity of Trump and Samoa versus the Democrats?
77%.
For Trump?
Poll shows for Trump. Yes,
Wow.
that's right. 77%.
So we go to 90 tomorrow.
Yes, go up to 100.
100. Well, it's an honor. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because it's just an honor. Here's one of the boats in there. Look how beautiful that is down. They use it for a beautiful cruise to take 7 days before they can do the first fish. Can you believe it? So now you'll be able to do it like almost immediately, right?
We get much closer, absolutely. So if the fish is there, we can make more trips and employ more people.
Do you know through sonar, radar, everything, do you know where the fish are? I mean, can you see that?
You get educated guesses, so you get all kinds of different reports, plankton and all kinds of stuff, and they can...
It's a beautiful life. You wouldn't choose any other life, right?
It's a very unique life. I love what I do. I really do.
I mean, if you could have a life like some beautiful leisurely life in Washington, D.C., where you get mugged when you go to work, but other than that, you love politics. If you could live in the White House, you'd take exactly...
You might take it under consideration.
All right, let's do this, right? That's an honor. You've seen that signature, and I don't use AutoPen. You know, like Biden. Biden uses AutoPen. I think And what is the second one, please?
We have one more also relating to fisheries, sir. This is an executive order on seafood competitiveness. Currently, we have two basic problems here. One is that the American seafood industry is dramatically overregulated. Our fisheries are dramatically overregulated. The other is that we have unfair trade practices from our foreign trading partners relating to the seafood industry. So this executive order is going to attempt to address both of those. The Department of Commerce, other federal departments and agencies are going to work with the fisheries to establish common sense regulatory reforms.
How long will that take?
I think we're expecting to move as quickly as we can. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean, you know exactly what we're talking about already, right? It's crazy. The regulation.
It is.
Secretary Lutnick is going to fast track that, I can assure you.
Howard, please, go ahead.
Sure. So you just heard us, the economic zone around Hawaii and Samoa is huge, and it's exclusively ours. So why wouldn't we have our fishermen fish there? I mean, imagine saying our own fishermen, every country in the world, they all fish the 200 miles off their coast, and we were stopping our own fishermen from going off the coast. It's totally the opposite of common sense. That's why President Trump has changed it. Now let's talk about regulation. If you're not even going to let them fish, Imagine the regulations that have been written to stop our fishermen from just surviving and thriving. We have the greatest coast in the world with the greatest fishermen in the world, and we need to let them do their great jobs, raise and capture fish, bring them to our tables, have America have the greatest fish in the world, which we have, and then let them export all these other countries, right? They stop us from exporting. That's going to be over with your leadership and your trading policies. We're going to open all of these markets, and we're going to let our fishermen thrive and prosper, and we are going to have lower cost fish, more of it, and the freshest fish in the world. And this is just common sense for the United States of America.
So could I ask, it's so interesting. So you take these massive areas of water, and other countries are allowed to fish in them, right?
No, they sneak in, they poach.
So they're not allowed, but they do it because they don't care.
But they fish in their own zones, sir.
Yeah.
So we're systematically disadvantaging our fishermen by not allowing them to fish in parts of our exclusive economic zone, while other countries have their own exclusive economic zones, and they're fishing the heck out of those.
So they're totally benefiting.
Now that you're allowing the U.S. fishing fleet to fish, they also serve as observers. And when they see poachers, they report them to the authorities. And so they are a big help to the U.S. Coast Guard. And so it's great for our U.S. food security.
I mean, we should have a trade surplus in fish, and we have a big trade deficit.
It's crazy.
Because of all this. It's just crazy. Nothing
Okay.
familiar.
This is an easy one.
Very easy.
Fish.
Hi, Mom. This is an easy one. This is crazy, huh?
About 80% of the seafood in the U.S. is imported.
Can you imagine that? We import seafood, and we have the greatest coast
So
and
what?
fishing in the
Okay,
world.
so in Maine, they do something similar. I think it's like 500 miles or something, some crazy thing. And Canada goes and they fish there, other people fish there, Europe fishes there. The Maine lobster. You can't get Maine lobsters because Maine's forced to go for days out to some other area that's not as good. We have to free that up too.
We'll have that on your desk next week, I promise.
The Maine lobster, right? It's incredible.
You did it last
Think of it.
time, and they undid it.
Canada fishes there,
Biden undid
and we're
it.
not allowed to, yeah. I did it last time in Maine, and they undid it. That's why we have to stay president for a long time. Okay. Thank you, everybody. What an honor. It's a great honor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Take care
Mr.
of
President.
yourself. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Great job. Thank you so much. Beautiful. You guys look like a real athlete right there. There, look how
I get a shake too.